Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, mist-covered valley. The sun has not yet risen, and the world feels suspended between darkness and light. You feel the chill of uncertainty, the restless pull of impatience. Somewhere deep inside, you whisper to yourself, "Why isn't it happening yet? Why do I have to wait?" What if I told you that every delay, every moment of waiting is not a barrier, but a blessing, that every pause in your life carries hidden wisdom, invisible threads connecting you to something greater, something far more beautiful than you can see right now? Today, you are about to embark on a journey into understanding the power of patience, the art of timing, and the life-transforming truth that good things take time. You will discover why every delay, every setback, every not yet is not a curse, but a carefully woven part of your destiny. By the end of this audiobook, waiting will no longer feel frustrating. Instead, it will feel intentional, sacred, and full of purpose. You are about to learn how to turn every pause in life into a stepping stone towards something extraordinary. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Delay. Have you ever stood at a crossroads in life and felt the weight of waiting pressing down on your chest? That sense of urgency, the ache of wanting everything to happen now, as if the universe itself were moving too slowly, too cautiously for your desires. I want you to feel that moment deeply, because it is here, precisely here, that the truth begins to reveal itself. Delays are not failures. They are not signs that life is against you. They are not punishments for ambition or dreams. In fact, delays are life's secret architects, carefully shaping your future while you are unaware. Every pause, every postponed opportunity, every not yet is a quiet, invisible force working on your behalf. The challenge is learning to see it, to feel it, and to trust it. Think of the oak tree. From a tiny acorn, it begins its life, buried under layers of soil. The rain falls, the sun warms, and the winds of change blow over it, unseen, shaping its roots in the darkness before any leaf breaks the surface. The tree's strength is built in waiting, its height, its resilience, its ability to weather storms. None of it is rushed. The acorn cannot know the full expanse of what it will become, yet the process is precise, deliberate, and perfect. Your life, your dreams, your greatest achievements follow the same principle. I know how easy it is to grow frustrated in moments of delay. You have plans, goals, ambitions that burn bright in your heart, and when progress seems stalled, that fire can feel suffocating. You ask yourself questions that echo in the quiet of your mind. Why is it taking so long? Why am I stuck here? What am I missing? These are not questions of weakness, they are questions of readiness. Life does not delay the prepared. It delays only those whose full potential has not yet been sculpted. Imagine a sculptor standing before a block of marble. The first strike of the chisel does not reveal the masterpiece. In fact, for weeks, months, sometimes years, the block may appear unchanged, rough, even unpromising. Yet beneath the surface, every careful stroke, every pause, every moment spent stepping back and observing is essential. The artist trusts the process, knowing that what seems slow and hidden now is laying the foundation for brilliance. You, too, are a work in progress, shaped in ways you cannot yet perceive. Delays also teach you about yourself. They force reflection, patience, and emotional depth. They reveal where your resilience falters and where your heart is strongest. They ask you to sit with discomfort, to confront uncertainty, and to lean into faith, the kind of faith that does not demand immediate evidence, but believes in unseen outcomes. It is in these moments, when impatience tugs at you and doubt whispers its cold questions, that your character is forged. I want you to consider a moment in your past, perhaps one you've tried to forget, where something you wanted desperately did not arrive on your timeline. Perhaps it was a job you didn't get, a relationship that ended, or a dream that seemed to slip through your fingers. At the time, it may have felt like rejection, like a door closing in your face. But now, looking back, you may see that the detour brought something better, something truer, something that aligned with who you were becoming. Every delay carries this hidden promise. The challenge is to trust it before the outcome becomes visible. Life has a rhythm, a timing far beyond our understanding. Your impatience is not a flaw. It is evidence that you are awake, aware, and eager for growth. But the difference between frustration and fulfillment is perception. When you see delays as obstacles, life feels heavy and unjust. When you see them as preparation, as careful calibration, life begins to feel purposeful, even beautiful. The pause is not wasted, it is sacred. Delays also sharpen your intuition. When progress seems halted, the mind often searches for clarity. You are forced to weigh options, reflect on motives, and discern what truly matters. You begin to understand that not every opportunity is meant for you, that timing and alignment are as critical as effort and ambition. Patience trains the mind to distinguish between fleeting desire and enduring purpose. It teaches you to aim not just for achievement, but for meaningful achievement, something that will withstand the tests of time, effort, and circumstance. And here is the paradox. In waiting, you are already moving forward. Every delay is a form of preparation, and preparation is a kind of unseen progress. Just as a seed develops its roots before breaking the surface, you are developing skills, patience, resilience, and perspective that will make your eventual success not only possible, but inevitable. The world may appear to stall around you, but beneath the surface, transformation is quietly taking place. Think about this deeply. What if every moment you felt frustrated by waiting was actually a moment of invisible growth? What if the universe were nudging you toward a level of readiness you could not yet achieve on your own? Every delay becomes a teacher, every pause a lesson in trust, every not yet a doorway to something greater than you imagined. By now you may begin to feel a shift in your thinking. The frustration that once consumed you can be replaced by curiosity, by anticipation, by the quiet assurance that life is preparing the perfect moment for you. The key is not to control the timing, but to engage fully with the process. Observe, reflect, strengthen, and wait, not passively, but with mindful intention. As we step into the next chapter, we will explore how patience itself becomes a superpower. We will learn how to harness delays as instruments of growth, rather than obstacles to success. We will see how embracing the pause allows us to move forward with clarity, confidence, and a sense of purpose that no rush could ever provide. So take a deep breath, feel the weight of this moment, and understand this truth. Delays are not denials, they are the hidden architects of your future. And now, with this awareness, you are ready to step further into the journey, to discover the profound power that lies in waiting, and to unlock the lessons that every delay quietly offers. Chapter 2: Patience as a Superpower. Have you ever watched a river carve its path through stone? At first, it seems powerless against the immovable rocks, yet over years, decades, even centuries, the water shapes the landscape with quiet persistence. It does not force, it does not rage, it simply moves, persistently, patiently, steadily. That is the essence of true power, the power of patience. Patience is often misunderstood. Many see it as passivity, as waiting with resignation, as surrender to circumstance. But in truth, patience is a deliberate, conscious force. It is not the absence of action, it is the timing of action. It is knowing when to hold steady, when to prepare, when to trust that your effort, your energy, your growth will converge at precisely the right moment. Patience is not weakness, it is mastery. Consider a pot of water heating on a stove. You cannot rush the boil. Stirring it frantically will not speed it up. Only consistent heat, careful attention, and time will transform that cold water into warmth. Life works the same way. Your skills, your dreams, your relationships, and your opportunities all need the heat of focus, the consistency of effort, and the patience of timing. Rushing never accelerates progress. It wastes energy and clouds clarity. Patience allows you to see life with a wider lens. It slows down the noise of urgency so you can hear the subtle rhythms beneath the surface. It gives your intuition space to guide you, your decisions room to mature, and your confidence the foundation to grow unshakable. Impatience, in contrast, forces premature choices, and those choices often come at a cost. Patience is the quiet architect of success. Let me share a story. There was a young musician who dreamed of performing on the world's largest stages. She practiced for years in obscurity, playing to empty rooms, sometimes doubting if her efforts mattered at all. She felt the sting of delay, the frustration of waiting for recognition. But through every small rehearsal, every overlooked audition, she honed her craft. When her moment finally arrived, it was not luck that carried her. It was the patient mastery built in countless unseen hours. The delay had not hindered her. It had prepared her to shine fully. Patience also cultivates resilience. Life will test you with obstacles, detours, and postponements. Without patience, these moments can crush your spirit. With patience, they become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. You begin to understand that waiting is not wasted time. It is preparation, strategy, and inner fortification. Every delay shapes your character, sharpens your instincts, and strengthens your resolve. In relationships, patience becomes a profound power. It allows understanding to bloom where judgment would have burned. It nurtures empathy where frustration might have broken connection. It transforms conflict into insight and tension into growth. When you wait with wisdom instead of pushing, you allow life to reveal the deeper truths, the lessons, and the blessings that rushed action would have overlooked. Even in your personal goals, patience is the invisible hand that guides you toward alignment. Think of a farmer planting seeds. Some sprout quickly, others slowly. Some never appear to take root. Yet the patient farmer tends the soil, waters consistently, and waits through seasons. When harvest comes, it comes fully, abundantly, because patience allowed the natural cycle to unfold. Your ambitions, your dreams, your breakthroughs, they are no different. They require the same patient attention to the process. Patience is not passive waiting. It is active trust. It is not a resignation to circumstance, but a deliberate choice to believe in timing, in growth, and in the unseen forces shaping your journey. It teaches that life is not a sprint to an immediate goal. It is a carefully orchestrated symphony, and every note matters. Skipping notes, rushing through, or trying to force a melody only creates discord. Patience ensures harmony. And here is the beauty of this superpower. Patience multiplies your effectiveness. The longer you wait with wisdom, the more prepared you become to act decisively when the moment arrives. You do not waste effort on what is not yet ready. You focus on cultivating strength, skill, and insight. When opportunity finally meets readiness, your impact is magnified. Timing becomes your ally, not your adversary. There is also a spiritual dimension to patience. Waiting teaches surrender, not as defeat, but as trust in the order of life. It connects you to rhythms beyond your comprehension, showing that not all things are meant to happen according to your schedule. Every delay is a hidden lesson in humility, awareness, and faith. And with each lesson, you move closer to a version of yourself that is fully equipped to receive the blessings you seek. So, how do you cultivate this superpower? Start by observing impatience without judgment. Notice the moments when you want to force outcomes or rush progress. Then consciously choose to step back, breathe, and allow the process to unfold. Focus on growth, not immediate results. Commit to small, consistent actions rather than frantic, desperate ones. Trust that life's rhythm is precise, even when invisible. As you practice patience, you will notice subtle transformations. Decisions become clearer, relationships deepen. Goals that once felt distant start aligning in ways you never anticipated. You begin to realize that time is not your enemy, but your most valuable tool, and the delays that once frustrated you now appear as carefully placed guides, pointing you toward the right path, the right timing, and the right version of yourself. Before we move to the next chapter, reflect on this. Patience is the bridge between desire and fulfillment. It is the quiet force that turns waiting into preparation, uncertainty into clarity, and delay into advantage. Those who master patience do not simply endure life. They orchestrate it, shaping every moment with intention and wisdom. In the next chapter, we will explore how delays themselves become teachers, revealing lessons hidden beneath the surface and guiding you toward growth you cannot yet see. You will discover how every pause in life carries a message, a gift, and a direction that, when understood, transforms waiting into opportunity. Take a deep breath, feel the current of patience within you, and prepare to step even deeper into the journey. For in learning to harness patience, you are learning to harness the very power of life itself. Chapter 3. When life pauses, growth happens. Have you ever noticed how the tallest mountains were not formed overnight? They rose slowly, layer by layer, shaped by winds, rain, and time itself. At first glance, the change seems invisible, and yet beneath the surface, transformation is happening, quietly, persistently, relentlessly. Life works the same way. When progress seems paused, when doors remain closed, when your dreams appear stalled, it is not stagnation, it is growth. Delays are not the absence of movement. They are the hidden currents beneath life's surface. Imagine a sculptor staring at a rough block of marble. Days pass, weeks pass. For anyone watching, it may appear that nothing is happening, but the sculptor sees every angle, every imperfection, every potential that lies within the stone. Each pause, each careful observation, each moment of contemplation shapes the masterpiece long before the first recognizable form emerges. Life's pauses work in the same way. They shape your character, refine your vision, and prepare you for breakthroughs you cannot yet imagine. I want you to picture a river that has been blocked by a fallen tree. On the surface, the water seems trapped, stagnant, frustrated by the obstacle. Yet beneath that apparent stillness, the current finds new paths, deepening its channels, smoothing stones, enriching the soil. The river is still moving, still growing, still preparing for the moment it will surge forward again. Your life is like that river. Every delay, every waiting period, every not yet, is actively shaping you for the moments of unstoppable flow that lie ahead. Growth often comes in the invisible moments, the hours when no one is watching, the challenges that seem to serve no purpose, the frustrations that make your heart ache. These are the quiet classrooms of life. They teach you resilience, patience, and clarity. They reveal strengths you never knew you had and weaknesses you need to confront. They give you the depth of character that cannot be hurried, that cannot be bypassed, and that will define your capacity for lasting success. Consider the life of a writer, laboring over a single page, revising a paragraph endlessly, questioning every word, Progress may feel imperceptible. Recognition may seem impossible, but every moment spent in that quiet work, in the patience of creation, is building skill, confidence, and mastery. By the time the book is finished, the writer has grown in ways far beyond the page itself. The delay, the painstaking effort, the unseen labor, they are all part of the journey toward greatness. Delays also give you the gift of perspective. When something you desire is postponed, you are forced to reflect. Why do I want this? What will it mean to me when it finally arrives? What am I learning in this pause? Reflection turns waiting into wisdom. It allows you to separate fleeting desire from meaningful purpose. It strengthens your decision-making and gives you clarity about what truly matters. Without delays, life would rush you past these essential lessons, leaving you unprepared for the rewards that await. Embrace this truth. Waiting is not wasted. Time spent in preparation, reflection, and quiet action is the most productive time of all. Even when results are invisible, your inner world is evolving. Your mind is expanding. Your heart is maturing. You are becoming someone capable of receiving the full measure of what your journey has to offer. The pause is not an interruption. It is an essential chapter of your growth story. Think about a seedling struggling to push through hardened soil. It may take days, even weeks, for it to break the surface. And in that time, its roots grow deep and strong, anchoring it for storms that will come later. The struggle underground is unseen, yet it is crucial. Your periods of waiting are the same. They strengthen your foundations, deepen your roots, and equip you to stand resilient when life tests you. There is a subtle, almost magical aspect to growth in pauses. You learn to adapt. The longer the delay, the more you develop resourcefulness, creativity, and inner strength. You discover that life is rarely linear, and that detours often contain hidden opportunities. A postponed opportunity, a delayed recognition, a stalled plan. These are not roadblocks, they are invitations to evolve, to expand your perspective, and to approach life with newfound insight. In moments of waiting, you also cultivate gratitude. When progress finally arrives, when doors finally open, you experience it more fully because you have felt the contrast. The sweetness of achievement is magnified by the patience that preceded it. You do not take success lightly because you have understood its value in the quiet, unseen work that prepared you for it. And yet, growth is not always comfortable. It is often challenging, even painful. Waiting forces you to confront doubt, fear, and impatience. It demands that you trust a process you cannot see. But within that challenge lies profound transformation. Life's pauses are intentional teachers, shaping not just what you do, but who you become. They strengthen the mind, nurture the heart, and align your spirit with the journey ahead. As you reflect on your own life, consider the moments when you felt stuck, delayed, or denied. Look closely at those times. Can you see the growth that emerged from them? The skills you developed, the patience you cultivated, the wisdom you gained. These periods of waiting were not voids, they were fertile ground, preparing you for the moments of triumph that were always on their way. So here is the lesson: when life pauses, do not resist it. Lean into it. Observe what is happening within you. Embrace the invisible work, the unseen growth, and the quiet evolution of your character. These moments are the foundation for everything that is yet to come. The river is moving even when the surface seems still. The seed is growing even when the sprout has not yet emerged. And you too are evolving, preparing, and becoming ready for your own extraordinary breakthrough. As we step into the next chapter, we will explore how setbacks and perceived failures are not endings, but redirections. You will discover how life's detours carry hidden wisdom, guiding you to opportunities far greater than you imagined. Prepare to see delays not as obstacles, but as the very hands that are shaping your destiny. Take a deep breath, feel the subtle currents of growth within you, and know this: even in the stillness, life is moving. Even in the pause, transformation is occurring. You are not waiting in vain. You are preparing for a life that only patience, reflection, and perseverance can bring into full bloom. Chapter 4. Redefining failure. Have you ever felt the sting of rejection so sharply that it echoed through every corner of your being? That moment when a door closes, a plan crumbles, or a dream slips through your fingers, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself. In that instant, failure feels absolute, cruel, and defining. But what if I told you that what you call failure is not an end, but a guide? What if each setback is actually life's way of redirecting you towards something greater than you imagined? Failure, in its rawest form, is perception. It is the story we tell ourselves about an outcome, not the outcome itself. A closed door is only a failure if you stop moving. A missed opportunity is only a failure if you let it convince you that your path is finished. In truth, setbacks are signposts, pointing to lessons, growth, and opportunities that cannot be seen from the vantage of immediate success. Consider the life of an explorer. Every map they study is filled with paths that lead to dead ends, rivers too wide to cross, mountains too steep to climb. If they gave up at the first obstacle, they would never discover new lands. Yet each failed attempt teaches them something vital about the terrain, about the tools they need, about their own strength. In the same way, your so-called failures are the scaffolding of insight, shaping your journey in ways that success alone cannot. Think about the seeds that fail to sprout. In nature, not every seed survives the harshness of its environment. Yet those that do are stronger, more resilient, and better suited for the world they will inhabit. Life works in much the same way. Setbacks filter the paths that are right for you from those that are distractions. They refine your focus, sharpen your understanding, and align you with opportunities that truly matter. When a plan collapses, when recognition does not come, or when a dream is delayed, it is easy to internalize the experience as a reflection of your worth. But the truth is that failure is external. It is simply a signal. It is life communicating that there is a better way, a timing that is more perfect, or a path that is more aligned with who you are meant to become. Your value is not measured by the outcomes you face. It is measured by the courage you show in continuing, in learning, and in trusting the journey. I want you to consider a moment from history, a time when individuals faced repeated failures, yet ultimately transformed the world. Imagine inventors who tested hundreds, sometimes thousands of prototypes before achieving a breakthrough. Imagine writers whose manuscripts were rejected endlessly before reaching the hands of the world. These stories are not exceptional because of talent alone. They are exceptional because of persistence, perspective, and the ability to see setbacks not as defeat, but as redirection. Every delay, every failure was a teacher. Every rejection was a step closer to the outcome that was waiting, precisely timed for them. Redefining failure begins with language. Instead of saying, "I failed," ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Where is it guiding me? How is it shaping me? This shift transforms your perception entirely. You no longer see yourself as a victim of circumstance. You become an active participant in the unfolding story of your life. You begin to understand that life is not a straight line, but a carefully woven tapestry, and each setback is a thread necessary for the beauty of the whole. Failure also invites humility. It reminds you that control is never absolute, and that timing is as important as effort. When we rush, push or force outcomes. We often overlook the subtleties of opportunity. When setbacks arrive, they demand reflection, patience, and discernment. They give you the space to pause, to observe, and to recalibrate. In this way, what appears as failure is actually a doorway to deeper wisdom and self-awareness. The emotional dimension of failure cannot be overlooked. Pain, disappointment, and doubt are natural companions of setbacks. But they are not enemies. They are indicators that growth is underway. Just as a storm strengthens a tree's roots and tests its flexibility, challenges strengthen your character and reveal the resilience that waiting and persistence have cultivated. The discomfort you feel is the mark of transformation, proof that your life is moving, even when results seem invisible. Let me share a personal reflection. Many of us have looked back on experiences we once labeled as failures and realized that in truth, they were blessings in disguise. A job we didn't get, a relationship that ended, a plan that fell apart. All of them were guiding us to paths we could not have discovered otherwise. Life's timing is precise, and what seems like a denial today may be the very preparation required for the triumphs of tomorrow. Failure is also a teacher of perspective. It forces you to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important, between fleeting desire and meaningful purpose. It teaches resilience, patience, and strategy. It reminds you that the journey is not a test of perfection, but a process of alignment, refinement, and readiness. Without these lessons, success often arrives prematurely, unprepared, or unappreciated. Failure ensures that when the moment of victory finally comes, you are fully capable of embracing it with gratitude and strength. As we move forward, remember this: failure is never the final word. It is never a verdict on your potential. Every setback carries within it the seed of insight, growth, and new direction. Life's detours are intentional. They are not mistakes. They are careful calibrations designed to bring you closer to your true path. In the next chapter, we will explore the power of trusting the invisible forces of life, those subtle currents, timing, and alignments that guide us beyond what we can see or control. You will discover how faith in the unseen can transform waiting, setbacks, and uncertainty into allies rather than obstacles. Take a deep breath and hold this truth in your heart. What appears as failure is often the universe quietly preparing you for your greatest breakthroughs. You are learning, evolving, and being guided more than you know. And now, with this understanding, you are ready to step into the next chapter, where the unseen becomes your most powerful ally. Chapter 5. The Hidden Blessing in Delay. Have you ever felt the sharp ache of anticipation, waiting for something you longed for so deeply that time itself seemed to move in slow motion? You watched the days stretch into weeks, the weeks stretch into months, and wondered if the universe had forgotten you. And yet in that waiting, in that delay, life was quietly working in ways you could not yet see. Delays are not denials. They are not punishments. They are blessings disguised in the form of patience. The challenge is learning to recognize them, to feel them, and to trust them. Each delay carries a gift, a hidden lesson, a refining process, a preparation for something greater than you can imagine in the moment. What feels like a setback today may be the very thing that ensures your success tomorrow. Think about the process of gold refinement. Raw gold is extracted from the earth and placed in fire, molten and dangerous, only to be purified into something brilliant, valuable, and resilient. Without the fire, without the pressure and heat, the gold remains raw, incomplete. Delays work in the same way. They are the fires that refine your character, your resilience, and your understanding of what truly matters. The waiting is not wasted. It is transformational. Consider the story of an entrepreneur who invested years in a business that seemed to go nowhere. Clients were slow to come, profits were minimal, and the world felt indifferent. Yet every challenge, every moment of seeming stagnation was equipping her with skills, insight, and clarity that she could not have gained through instant success. When the opportunity finally arrived, she was not just ready, she was prepared to seize it fully, to act with confidence and precision. The delay had been her greatest teacher. Delays also deepened gratitude. When we receive what we want immediately, it is easy to take it for granted. The sweetness is fleeting, but when we wait, when we are tested by patience, when we endure the unseen work, the eventual reward carries a weight and a joy that is unmatched. Life teaches us that what comes easily is rarely treasured, and what is delayed is often valued most. There is also a quiet intelligence in delay. Life's timing is precise, far beyond our comprehension. When something is postponed, it is rarely random. It aligns circumstances, people, and resources in ways that ensure the outcome is optimal. A relationship may not bloom because the person you are today is not yet ready for the connection you seek. A career opportunity may not arrive because the timing, the skills, or the environment are not yet aligned. Every delay is an unseen coordination, arranging the elements of your life with subtle perfection. Delays force introspection. They push you to ask yourself the hard questions. Why do I want this? What am I learning in the pause? Am I ready for the responsibility, the challenge, the blessing that awaits? Reflection transforms waiting into wisdom. It turns frustration into clarity and uncertainty into insight. Each period of delay is an invitation to grow, to prepare, and to become the person capable of embracing what is to come. Think about nature. A tree does not grow overnight. Its roots dig deep before its branches rise. Its strength is developed quietly beneath the surface. Unseen, the storms it survives, the seasons it endures, are all part of the preparation for the fullness of life it will eventually achieve. Your delays, your waiting periods, your moments of frustration, they are your roots growing strong beneath the surface. When the time comes to rise, you will be resilient, stable, and ready to flourish. Sometimes, delays bring unexpected blessings. An opportunity that seems to have slipped away may redirect you to something far more aligned with your purpose. A rejection may free you from a path that would have led to disappointment. Life's delays often prevent mistakes we cannot yet foresee and guide us toward outcomes that are perfectly timed. They are not obstacles, they are redirections, the universe's gentle guidance toward what is truly meant for us. Embracing delays requires a mindset shift. Instead of resisting, arguing, or feeling victimized by waiting, recognize it as preparation. Trust that every pause, every postponement, is orchestrating circumstances that serve your growth. Actively use this time to refine your skills, strengthen your mind, and cultivate patience. In doing so, you transform delay from a source of frustration into a powerful ally in your journey. There is a spiritual dimension to this truth as well. Trusting the timing of life connects you to something greater than immediate outcomes. It invites faith in the unseen, in forces beyond your control, and in the intelligence of the universe. By surrendering the illusion of control, you allow life to work through you rather than against you. The blessing of delay is revealed not in the waiting itself, but in your ability to engage with it fully, mindfully, and with openness to growth. As you reflect on your own experiences, consider the delays that once felt unbearable. Perhaps a dream you chased slipped away. Perhaps recognition or opportunity came late. And yet, if you look back closely, you may see how those delays strengthened you, guided you, or led you to a better path than you could have anticipated. The lesson is clear. Waiting is rarely wasted. It is life's way of preparing you for the fullness of what is to come. Before we move forward, remember this: delays are not empty spaces, they are fertile ground. They are where strength, insight, and clarity are cultivated. They are the hidden blessings that make eventual success, joy, and fulfillment possible. What seems like a pause is often the most active period of growth you will experience. In the next chapter, we will explore how to transform impatience into power, how to move within delay, to act wisely, and to harness waiting as an active force in your life. You will discover practical ways to embrace delay without frustration, turning every pause into an advantage. Take a moment now, breathe deeply, and recognize the hidden blessing in your own life's delays. Feel it quietly shaping you, preparing you, and guiding you toward outcomes far greater than you can yet imagine. Trust the process, and let the journey continue. Chapter 6: Transforming Impatience into Power. Have you ever felt the fire of impatience burning within you? That restless energy that makes every second feel too long, every delay unbearable, every obstacle an injustice. Impatience can feel like a storm, chaotic, urgent, consuming. But what if I told you that this very energy, when understood and directed, could become one of your greatest allies? What if impatience, instead of being a weakness, could be transformed into the driving force that propels you forward with clarity, focus, and precision? Impatience is often a sign that your soul is aligned with your desires, that your vision is burning brightly, and that you are eager for growth. But left unchecked, it becomes destructive, leading to rushed decisions, frustration, and burnout. The secret is not to suppress impatience, but to channel it, to convert it from anxiety into purposeful action, to transform the storm into a current that moves you forward rather than pulling you under. Imagine a blacksmith working with molten metal. The metal is intense, hot, and unyielding, yet the blacksmith does not strike wildly. He waits for the perfect moment, guiding the force of his hammer with precision. Impatience is that molten heat within you. It is raw energy, alive and powerful. If you strike without focus, you risk breaking what you are shaping. But if you harness it, if you guide it with intention, you forge strength, clarity, and resilience. One of the keys to transforming impatience is action, but deliberate action, not frantic, scattered effort, but purposeful steps toward your goal. Break down your long-term vision into achievable milestones. Focus on what you can do today, in this moment, to move closer to your desired outcome. Every small, intentional step converts restless energy into tangible progress. Patience and action are not opposites, they are partners. Impatience, when guided, fuels persistent effort rather than wasted frustration. Consider the athlete who trains tirelessly for years, counting every repetition, every drill, every hour of preparation. The fire of impatience, wanting to succeed now, could have led to reckless training, injury, or burnout. But when channeled, it becomes discipline, focus, and relentless improvement. The desire to achieve fuels consistent practice. The waiting becomes productive. The impatience becomes power. There is also a mental dimension to this transformation. Impatience often arises from fear. The fear that time is slipping away, that opportunities are being lost, that life is not moving fast enough. By recognizing this fear, you can turn it into clarity. Use the urgency of impatience to sharpen your mind, to focus on priorities, and to eliminate distractions. Let the energy of wanting become the energy of preparation, refinement, and strategy. Spiritual awareness also plays a role. Life's timing is rarely our own, and impatience is often a signal that we are trying to force outcomes before they are ready. By learning to listen to life's rhythm, to understand that growth unfolds in its own season, you can direct impatience toward what is within your control. your actions, your mindset, your readiness, while releasing the need to control the uncontrollable. This balance transforms frustration into empowerment. Think of the story of a musician learning a complex piece. The impatience to play it perfectly immediately could lead to mistakes and discouragement. But if she breaks it down, practices deliberately, and channels her restless desire into focused repetition, she eventually masters the piece. The impatience has not vanished. It has been converted into purposeful energy, building skill, confidence, and mastery. Another aspect of this transformation is emotional awareness. Impatience often comes with tension, frustration, or anxiety. By noticing these emotions without judgment, you can use them as signals rather than obstacles. Ask yourself, what is this energy telling me? How can I use it constructively? What step can I take right now to move forward? This self-reflection turns emotional turbulence into clarity, focus, and intentional action. Even in relationships, impatience can be transformed into power. Instead of reacting impulsively in conflict or pressing for immediate outcomes, you can channel the energy into understanding, empathy, and strategic communication. Patience guided by the fire of desire leads to deeper connections, wiser choices, and long-term harmony. What once caused tension now becomes a source of insight and growth. The overarching principle is simple: impatience is energy. Energy is power. Power directed with intention creates results. Every delay, every pause, every not yet carries potential. By transforming impatience into productive action, you turn the waiting room of life into a training ground, a place of preparation, refinement, and alignment. As you reflect on your own life, consider where impatience has driven you to frustration or mistakes. Now imagine redirecting that energy, transforming it into focus, discipline, and consistent effort. Feel the difference in your body, your mind, your heart. This energy, once chaotic, now becomes a current that propels you steadily toward your goals. Before we move forward, remember this: impatience is not your enemy. It is a signal, a spark, a force waiting to be guided. The fire within you can either consume or illuminate. By learning to harness it, you convert restlessness into mastery, anxiety into clarity, and urgency into results. You gain not only progress, but insight, resilience, and wisdom along the way. In the next chapter, we will explore the role of trust, the invisible, unshakable confidence that life's delays, setbacks, and timing are orchestrating your growth. You will learn how to cultivate faith in the unseen, aligning your efforts with life's natural rhythm and preparing for the breakthroughs that are quietly unfolding around you. Take a deep breath, feel the energy of impatience within you, and now imagine it flowing in harmony with your purpose. That energy is not wasted, it is your power, ready to be directed toward the life you are meant to create. Chapter 7. Trusting the Invisible Currents. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean. You cannot see beyond the horizon. You cannot predict the tides, the waves, or the unseen currents beneath the surface. And yet, if you are a sailor, you know that somewhere out there lies safe passage, opportunity, and direction. You must trust the unseen, the forces you cannot control but must navigate with wisdom and faith. Life works the same way. The delays, the detours, the periods of waiting, they are not chaos. They are invisible currents, guiding you toward the future you are meant to reach. Trust is the quiet anchor that holds you steady when the winds of uncertainty blow. It is the knowing, deep in your bones, that even when results are delayed, life is moving you in alignment with a larger design. We often mistake waiting for neglect, setbacks for punishment, and uncertainty for failure. But the truth is far more profound. The invisible forces of life are always working, orchestrating circumstances, shaping your journey, and preparing you for moments you cannot yet imagine. Consider the farmer who plants seeds in the early spring. He cannot force the rain, he cannot speed up the sun, he cannot command the earth to yield. And yet he prepares the soil, tends to the seedlings, and trusts that nature will do its work. Each day of care, each patient action, aligns with an invisible process that eventually brings growth and harvest. Life operates on a similar rhythm. Your efforts, your patience, your intentional actions align with unseen forces that guide you toward your own harvest. Trusting the invisible currents requires surrender, not giving up, but releasing the illusion of control. It means understanding that timing is not always ours to dictate, that progress may be hidden, and that the universe's intelligence far surpasses our immediate comprehension. Surrender transforms anxiety into peace, doubt into clarity, and waiting into a fertile space for preparation. There is power in seeing setbacks as signals rather than obstacles. When life delays a goal, it is often redirecting you toward alignment. Perhaps you are not ready for the responsibility, the insight, or the strength required to fully embrace what awaits. Perhaps the timing, the people, or the circumstances are not yet in harmony. Trusting the invisible currents allows you to move forward without resistance, confident that every pause, every delay, every challenge is purposeful. Let me share a story. A young artist, desperate for recognition, faced repeated rejection from galleries and critics. Each refusal felt like a door slammed in his face. Yet he continued to create, to refine, and to study his craft. Over the years he built a portfolio, a reputation, and an understanding of his own unique voice. When his work finally gained recognition, it was not by accident. It was the invisible currents of preparation, timing, and growth that brought him to that moment. What felt like delay was, in truth, essential alignment. The challenge for us all is that we cannot see the invisible. We want proof, we want certainty, we want control, but life rarely delivers these in the form we expect. Trust requires faith in the unseen, faith in your growth, and faith in the intelligence of the process. It requires patience, reflection, and a willingness to act even when the outcome is not guaranteed. This is where transformation occurs. This is where your resilience, wisdom, and vision are forged. Trust also cultivates courage. It is easier to act boldly when you understand that delays, setbacks, and waiting are not punishments but preparation. Each moment of uncertainty is an invitation to develop confidence, clarity, and focus. When you move with trust, fear diminishes. Decisions are made from a place of alignment rather than desperation. You step into life full present, guided by conviction rather than reaction. Even in the smallest moments, trust transforms experience. A missed opportunity at work, a postponed recognition, a delayed personal goal. These are not signs that life has turned against you. They are markers, signposts of alignment, reminders that timing matters. Trust allows you to navigate these moments with grace, patience, and purpose, knowing that what is meant for you will arrive when you are ready to receive it fully. There is also a spiritual depth to trusting the invisible currents. Life is not only about outcomes, it is about transformation. Every delay, every detour, every challenge is a lesson in faith, resilience, and perspective. Trusting the unseen helps you cultivate inner peace, even in uncertainty, and wisdom, even in the absence of clarity. It teaches you to act in harmony with life, rather than against it, turning waiting into preparation and uncertainty into insight. As you reflect on your own journey, consider the moments when you felt lost, uncertain, or stalled. Look closer and ask, what was happening beneath the surface? What preparation, growth, or alignment was occurring that I could not see? How did that invisible work shape me into who I am today? The answers reveal the power of unseen currents, the intelligence of timing, and the hidden hand guiding you toward your purpose. The invisible currents are always moving. Even when you cannot see them, they are working quietly, persistently, perfectly. Your role is to trust, to prepare, and to act intentionally, knowing that life's unseen forces are aligning circumstances for your benefit. Trust transforms waiting from frustration into empowerment, from fear into clarity, and from impatience into purposeful action. As we move into the next chapter, we will explore the art of patience in action, the ways to harness trust, align effort, and transform waiting into a dynamic, active process that prepares you for breakthroughs. You will discover how patience, far from being passive, is one of the most powerful forces in shaping your destiny. Take a deep breath and feel the currents of life beneath you. Even if invisible, they are moving. Even if uncertain, they are guiding. And even if delayed, they are preparing you for a future that is far greater than you can yet imagine. Chapter 8. Patience in Motion. Picture a river flowing through a valley. The water does not rush recklessly over rocks and bends. It does not fight against the obstacles in its path. Instead, it moves steadily, persistently, carving its way through stone over time. The river does not hurry, yet it always reaches its destination. This is the essence of patience in motion, a force that is active, intentional, and powerful, even while appearing calm and measured. Patience is often misunderstood as passivity, as waiting idly while life passes by. But true patience is not stillness. It is movement guided by wisdom, persistence, and trust. It is the art of acting without forcing, of stepping forward without resistance, and of aligning effort with timing. In every delay, in every period of waiting, patience in motion transforms uncertainty into preparation and frustration into momentum. Consider the story of an author who struggled for years to publish a book. Each rejection letter felt like a door slammed in their face, each delay a test of resolve. Yet during those years they continued writing, refining their craft, learning from critique, and deepening their understanding of storytelling. The patience they cultivated was not passive, it was active. It was the daily commitment to growth, even when success was not immediately visible. Eventually, the book found its audience, and the impact was greater because of the deliberate, patient preparation. Patience in motion requires focus. It is the discipline of directing your energy toward meaningful actions rather than reacting to frustration. It is the practice of consistent effort, even when results are delayed, and the ability to cultivate resilience in the face of obstacles. The river does not abandon its course because of rocks. It flows around them, over them, through them. So too must we navigate challenges with purpose, using patience as the current that carries us forward. This principle applies to every aspect of life. In relationships, patience in motion means listening deeply, giving space, and nurturing growth over time. In careers, it means developing skills, building networks, and taking consistent steps toward advancement rather than rushing toward instant recognition. In personal development, it is the steady cultivation of habits, mindset, and character. Each deliberate action compounds over time, creating momentum that is invisible at first, but unstoppable once it gathers strength. Patience in motion also demands trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in life's timing. It is not blind hope, but active faith. You continue to move, to act, to create, even when the path is unclear. This trust allows you to persist without fear, to embrace uncertainty without panic, and to engage fully with the present moment while knowing that your efforts are aligned with the outcomes you seek. Let's return to the metaphor of the river. Notice how it transforms the landscape through consistent flow. Stone-worn smooth, valleys carved deep, ecosystems sustained, all because the water persisted with patient intention. Life operates on similar principles. Your consistent, focused actions, even in the face of delay or uncertainty, shape your path, refine your character, and create opportunities that could not exist without persistence. There is also a profound emotional component. Patience in motion cultivates peace within. When you act deliberately while waiting, frustration loses its power, fear loses its edge, and anxiety subsides. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. Instead, you become a participant in the unfolding of your life. Every pause, every delay, becomes an opportunity for growth, reflection, and alignment. Realize, too, that patience in motion is a balance. It is the harmony between effort and surrender. You work actively toward your goals, while simultaneously allowing life's timing to unfold. You move steadily, like the river, without forcing, without rushing, and without resisting the natural flow. This balance is where transformation occurs. This is where patience stops being passive and becomes a potent force for change. Think of an athlete preparing for a championship. The rigorous training, the careful diet, the mental conditioning, all require patience in motion. Success does not come overnight, but each practice, each repetition, each disciplined action compounds into readiness. By the time competition arrives, the athlete is prepared, confident and capable. What seemed like waiting was, in fact, preparation in motion. Patience in motion also sharpens clarity. It allows you to see opportunities you might have missed if you acted impulsively. It creates perspective, giving you insight into what is truly important and what is merely urgent. With patience, your decisions are guided by wisdom rather than frustration, and your actions are aligned with long-term outcomes rather than fleeting desires. Before we move forward, remember this: patience is not a passive pause in life. It is a dynamic, purposeful, and transformative force. It is the steady current that carries you through delay, the quiet discipline that converts frustration into momentum, and the guiding principle that ensures every step you take is meaningful. Patience in motion is how you turn waiting into preparation, delay into opportunity, and uncertainty into empowerment. In the next chapter, we will explore the role of resilience, the inner strength that allows you to endure delay, embrace uncertainty, and persist with courage when the path is unclear. You will discover how patience in motion, combined with resilience, becomes an unstoppable force that shapes not only your destiny, but the very person you are becoming. Take a deep breath now. Feel the steady current within you. Know that even while waiting, you are moving forward. Each action, each choice, each deliberate step is shaping your future. You are not idle, you are in motion, and the river of your life is carving a path toward extraordinary outcomes. Chapter 9. Building Resilience Through Delay. Have you ever felt the weight of waiting press down on your chest, as if life itself were testing your endurance? That heaviness, that tension, is not a sign of weakness. It is an invitation. Every delay, every postponed dream, every moment of uncertainty is a challenge to your inner strength, a call to build resilience. Resilience is not born in comfort. It is forged in the fire of delay, in the crucible of patience, in the quiet, often unseen battles of persistence. Resilience is the capacity to endure, to recover, and to grow stronger when life does not go according to plan. It is the quiet courage to face setbacks without surrendering, the determination to continue even when the path seems unclear, and the wisdom to see every challenge as an opportunity. When delays appear, when progress feels slow, resilience allows you to stay grounded, to act with clarity, and to transform obstacles into stepping stones. Consider the bamboo tree, a remarkable symbol of resilience. For years after it is planted, it shows no visible growth. Water it, nurture it, tend to it, and still nothing appears. Yet, beneath the soil, roots are expanding, strengthening, anchoring the tree for the incredible growth that is to come. Then, in a single season, it can grow over 90 feet tall. The waiting was not wasted. It was preparation. The delay was essential. Resilience is cultivated in those hidden years, in the quiet work that goes unseen. Delays in life work in the same way. Every moment that tests your patience, every situation that challenges your resolve, is creating strength you cannot yet measure. Each setback forces you to adapt. Each obstacle teaches problem solving. Each disappointment sharpens perspective. These are not meaningless pauses. They are building blocks of your character and your future. One of the most profound lessons of resilience is the ability to reframe adversity. Instead of asking, "Why me? Why now?" resilient people ask, "What is this teaching me? How can I grow through this?" This shift in perspective transforms frustration into insight, fear into determination, and waiting into active preparation. Resilience is not passive. It is a mindset that sees opportunity in delay and potential in challenge. Think of an inventor working on a breakthrough. Failure after failure, prototype after prototype, often stretches over years. Each experiment that doesn't work is not a defeat. It is a teacher. Each delay, each obstacle, each moment of uncertainty contributes to mastery, understanding, and eventual success. Without resilience, the journey would collapse under frustration. With resilience, setbacks become the foundation for achievement. Resilience is also emotional. It allows you to navigate disappointment without losing hope, to endure criticism without losing confidence, and to persist when results are not immediate. It is the capacity to remain steady in stormy conditions, to maintain belief in yourself and your path, even when life seems slow or unpredictable. Emotional resilience transforms waiting from a burden into an empowering process of growth. Physical and mental habits reinforce resilience. Small, consistent practices, waking early, exercising, journaling, reflecting, prepare you to endure delays with grace. Each intentional act strengthens your capacity to persist, to adapt, and to engage with life fully. Even when progress feels slow, resilience is cultivated daily, not in grand gestures, but in the quiet choices that reinforce your commitment to growth. Another essential element of resilience is flexibility. Life rarely unfolds in a straight line. Plans change, opportunities shift, and unexpected events occur. Resilience allows you to bend without breaking, to adjust strategy without abandoning vision, and to navigate uncertainty without panic. Like a reed in the wind, you remain upright, adaptable, and steadfast, ready to continue your journey despite external forces. Even relationships are strengthened by resilience. The delays, misunderstandings, and challenges we face with others test our patience, empathy, and commitment. By responding with resilience, by staying present, communicating clearly, and maintaining faith in the process, we deepen connections and cultivate trust. Resilience turns relational setbacks into opportunities for growth, understanding, and lasting bonds. As we reflect on resilience, it becomes clear that delays are not obstacles to success. They are catalysts. They prepare you, strengthen you, and refine you. Every moment of waiting, every period of uncertainty, and every challenge faced with courage adds layers of capacity and depth to your character. Resilience is the bridge between patience and progress, between effort and achievement, between the waiting and the arrival. Before moving forward, take a moment to consider your own life. Where have delays tested you? Where have obstacles demanded your strength? Where have moments of uncertainty shaped the person you are becoming? Each experience, no matter how frustrating, is a teacher. Each delay, a workshop for resilience. And as you cultivate this inner strength, you are not only prepared for success, you are being transformed into someone capable of sustaining it. In the next chapter, we will tie together the lessons of trust, patience, and resilience to uncover the profound truth about timing, the reason why good things take time, and why every delay, every detour, every not yet, is a hidden blessing. You will discover how to embrace life's timing fully and move forward with confidence, courage, and clarity. Take a deep breath now. Feel the resilience within you, forged through every challenge and every moment of waiting. Know that you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you realize. Life is shaping you, even through delays, and your readiness will ensure that when the right moment arrives, you are ready to receive it fully. Chapter 10. The Hidden Blessing of Timing. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a vast night sky, dotted with countless stars. Some shine immediately, bright and dazzling, while others remain hidden, waiting for the perfect moment to illuminate the darkness. Life often works in this same way. The timing of events, opportunities, and achievements is rarely immediate, yet each delay carries a hidden purpose, a blessing we may not see until the light finally breaks through. The final lesson of our journey is this: good things take time, and every delay is a quiet gift, preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Timing is not a random occurrence. It is the universe aligning your growth, your readiness, and your capacity to receive what you desire. Each setback, each postponed goal, and every period of waiting is not a denial, it is preparation. Think of a gardener planting a seed. The moment it touches the soil, nothing seems to happen. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and the seed remains hidden beneath the earth. Yet beneath the surface, transformation is occurring. Roots develop, strength accumulates, and the seed becomes ready. Then, in perfect timing, it breaks through the soil, reaching for sunlight, blossoming with beauty and purpose. This is how your life works. The waiting is not wasted. It is fertile ground for growth. Delays also teach patience, which is perhaps the greatest virtue we can cultivate. When life slows down, when doors remain closed, and when outcomes seem distant, patience allows you to stay present. It trains you to value the process rather than only the result, to find meaning in the journey rather than just in the destination. With patience comes clarity. You begin to see that what arrives early may not have been fully aligned with your readiness, and what arrives late may surpass your wildest expectations. Every delay also strengthens trust. Trust in yourself, trust in life, and trust in timing. It is easy to feel frustrated when things do not unfold as we wish, but frustration often clouds judgment and drains energy. Trust allows you to move forward with calm confidence, to continue taking meaningful actions without forcing outcomes, and to believe that the universe, or life itself, has a rhythm far wiser than impatience can comprehend. Consider the story of a musician whose first albums were overlooked. Every rejection and delay could have been discouraging, but instead, each moment shaped their artistry. Years later, when success finally arrived, it was not just talent or luck that created it. It was the depth of experience, the refinement of craft, and the resilience developed during the waiting. The delay was not a denial. It was the very thing that made the ultimate success extraordinary. Delays also cultivate humility and awareness. They remind us that we are not always in control, that life has its own timing, and that our growth is intertwined with circumstances beyond our immediate influence. Recognizing this truth does not weaken us, it strengthens us. It teaches us to act with intention, to prepare thoroughly, and to align ourselves with what is possible rather than rushing toward what is convenient. Timing also refines our desires. When we are forced to wait, we learn what truly matters and what is fleeting. Not every goal is worth pursuing immediately, and not every opportunity is ready for us. Delays act as filters, separating what is urgent from what is essential, what is temporary from what is enduring. This discernment becomes one of our most powerful tools in navigating life with purpose. Even in personal growth, timing has its hidden blessings. The challenges we face, the lessons we learn, and the strength we build do not always manifest instantly, yet they prepare us for what is to come. The person we are becoming during the waiting period is exactly the person we need to be to fully embrace the rewards ahead. Without the delay, without the preparation, without the patience and resilience we cultivate, the gift may arrive before we are ready to receive it. It is crucial to remember that timing does not mean inaction. While you wait, while the universe aligns, you continue to grow, act, and prepare. Like a river flowing steadily toward the ocean, each step, each effort, and each act of learning brings you closer to your moment of arrival. Waiting is not passive, it is active preparation, a period of inner and outer cultivation that ensures readiness when opportunity comes. As we close this journey, reflect on all the chapters we have explored: patience, trust, resilience, preparation, and faith in timing. Each concept is intertwined, forming a holistic understanding of why good things take time. Delays are not punishments. Setbacks are not failures. Waiting is not wasted time. Every moment of uncertainty carries the hidden blessing of growth, wisdom, and readiness. Embrace this truth in your life. The next time you face a delay, a detour, or a period of waiting, remind yourself that the universe is preparing you. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not failing. You are becoming, strengthening, and aligning with the life you are meant to lead. Every delay is a quiet gift, a blessing waiting to be revealed in its perfect moment. Take a deep breath and let this sink in. The river flows steadily. The seed grows beneath the soil. The stars shine in their time. Your journey is unfolding with purpose, and your readiness will meet your moment. Trust the process, embrace the delay, and know that your best is not late. It is coming at exactly the right time. Now, as this audiobook draws to a close, carry this message forward. Good things take time, and every delay is a blessing. Let patience guide you, let resilience strengthen you, and let trust in timing illuminate your path. Life is a masterpiece in progress, and you are right where you need to be. Open your eyes, step forward with confidence, and embrace the unfolding of your life. The journey continues, and your greatest moments are still to come.